Good evening. Give y'all a minute to get on in here. Go ahead if you're already in this live and please share and like so that, of course, we can become one with the algorithm. Want people to know we are here. I did my best to make sure that I started this live as late as I could because I know in the past I've done lives really early, and some people are like, "Hey, Irma, I'm not home yet." So, and I understand that. Let's see. Let me go ahead and share this with some other lovely folks as well, because I am sure you would not want to miss this. All right. Share with some more of our family so y'all know we are on. Come on in, come on in. Who's feeling stuck vocally? That's the question of the moment. Who is feeling stuck? Ooh, I see somebody hopped on in. Good evening, good evening. Please like and share so that we can become connected with the algorithm. I want to make sure everybody knows that we are here, we are live. If you know anybody who's looking for lessons for voice, needs some input, please feel free to share. Let's see here. Get some more family on in here. I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for the like. I'm also on TikTok a lot these days as well. When I first started coming live on YouTube, I kind of thought, oh, that's all that there is. And clearly there's not. There's a whole nother world out there, a whole nother audience. So I've just decided to, hey, go ahead and go live on one, go live on the other, and share, 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 connect, 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 build, build, build. You know how it is. And then some people don't know how it is, but when you're building a community, that is definitely a huge part of it. Okay. And what I'm going to make sure I do is give you guys more of an update, uh, notice in advance. Um, this past week I was so busy, however, I could not, but I'm going to make time. excuse I could not, because I probably could have if I tried more, right? All right. Well, as we keep going, I'm sure more people will hop in. So let's get it started. Hey, beautiful singers. Welcome into today's live. Today we're talking about the stuck singer, the singer that has the plateau. Okay, like you've been working for, I don't know, months. Maybe you've been working for about maybe 4 to 5 months or 4 to 6 months. You have a regimen of exercises that you've been working on, and then you just hit this slump, like nothing has improved, nothing has changed, right? And so if you've been feeling like your voice is just not going anywhere, it hasn't grown, and you're just stuck, you're in the right place. Okay. Um, And before we dive in, if you could please drop a mic in the chat so I know everybody's here and active and listening. Um, and if you felt stuck, drop the mic. That's another good reason. Drop the mic. I say I'm here. I'm here for it. Okay. So on that topic, sharing with my students, people that I when it comes to working with the voice and exercises, just like exercising in any other fashion, like you're working out, there comes a time where you're going to hit a plateau of some sort. Um, you're doing the same exercises, but you may not be getting anything else out of it because you're doing the same exercises, and your body has muscles all throughout. So what? So you need more variety, variation of activity, right? Um, and so this is where we have to then start playing with our voice in different ways, be more nimble. I have several books that I use. I'm not going to list them all because there's a plethora. But the good thing about it is that they're all books from different perspectives for different reasons. And when we talk about working with the voice, we need to keep in mind that not every voice is a one size fits all. Everyone's voice is different. Everyone's voice operates differently. Everyone's voice grows differently. Yes, there are times where you can anticipate that what may happen with one voice may happen similarly with a different voice, but there's so many different variables to consider that could prevent or alter those projections. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I like to look at the fact that we have to keep progress with what we're doing. We have to keep note of our progress. um, and so, with that being said, today we're going to be doing something fun. I have a quick 3-step check off guide to help you break through the plateau today. I'll make sure that I add those in. Well, actually, I'll add that into the description after I'm done, and then you can go back and review, and even continue the activities. So grab your notebook. And if you have your singer's journal, the one that I created, go ahead and grab that. That'd be great. And we can get started. And if you'd like to get a singer's journal, let me get my link so that those of you who do not have one, you can go get yours. Hold on one second. Um, Here we go. I'll go ahead and drop it into the comments. Oops. Can't look there, can I? Let's see. There you go. So you can go grab your Singer journal through that link, okay? I created it. It is very neat. I've had several journals, so this is more of like an upgrade of all the journals that I've worked on because as I've created journals, I found that there was something else that I wanted to add to make the journal much more impactful and useful for the singer. So use that journal to help you to keep track of your progress. All right. So let's do the mirror moment exercise. This is what we're doing. It's the mirror check. Okay. We're going to be building awareness and confidence for you. Okay. This is a self-love, self-focus activity. That's one of the things that I do enjoy about singing. Sometimes I wonder if that's why. I think that is why I was, I don't want to say pulled into, because I wasn't pulled into it. I was just really interested in psychology, um, because I want to understand the person, just like, myself and others that I work with. And in that, I find that self reflection really does help the singer a ton. Okay. So, step one is all about awareness. We're going to call this again the mirror moment. Okay. So, you're going to find a mirror. It could be your bathroom mirror, it could be in your room, whatever mirror that works for you. I would encourage that you go to one that's lengthy to some degree, so that you can check your posture. Okay. And with that, bear with me 1 second here. And with that, okay, I would encourage you to sing a song. Um, just one line. It doesn't have to be the whole song. I'm not going to encourage you to sit here for like 3 minutes to get through a song. Okay, but maybe a line or two. Something about maybe 10, 15 seconds ish. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to sing one line of the song. And I want you to notice your posture. I want you to notice your face, your breath, even noticing if you're tense. Take some time to look at your shoulders. Are they up? Right? Are you slumped over? Are you sitting up correctly? Are you smiling? Are you stiff? You know, these are things that tell us a lot about ourselves. And once you break past a lot of these stiff barriers as a singer, it actually allows that fun person to really just win at it all. We have, you know, multiple sides to ourselves, right? You have that one side to yourself that wants to just be stiff and rigorous, and it'll tell you in the back of your head, oh no, you did that wrong. Oh no, you did this wrong. Oh, you should have did this. Oh no, I can't believe you missed that. Right? I have been there, and I call that self one, and I have a self two, right? So self one is that one that's just like, oh, I can't believe you missed it. You really should do this next time. Blah, 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 blah. Right? It's the one that makes it hard for you to have fun. Versus self two, who just wants to be free, who just wants to be artistic and creative and have fun and live life to the fullest, no matter whether you're doing perfectly or not. And that's what we're going for, right? That's what we want out of this experience, is to be able to have fun. So when we're looking in the mirror, we're not all tense and shoulders are up, right? That's usually a huge red flag for me as a vocal coach. When I see my singers like this, I'm like, ooh, okay, let's help them to relax, right? And why else is that important? Because when you're tense, especially up in here, your throat is also going to be tense, which means your singing is going to sound very rigid, if it even sounds, right? Some people lose their voice from being tense in the throat. causing all kinds of inflammation in the larynx and making it hard for them to just enjoy. So, what we want to do is, we want to free that up. We don't want it to be hard, right? Let me see something. I was just thinking about something. Mhm. Let's see if I can find something I wouldn't mind sharing with you guys. This is from my five day boot camp. Bear with me one moment. I gotta go through my documents to find this. Let's see. Make sure I'm sharing the right slide. That's very important. Here we go. hmm Let me put this in presentation mode if I can. Okay, let's try it. Let's just give it a try, right? Here we go. All right. So I wanted to see if we can make this a little bigger. I don't, maybe it is making it bigger for you. Let me see. Uh-oh, go back. Hold on one moment. Okay. This is a list of the things that we go through during our 5-day vocal boot camp. Let's see. Let's see how it shows up on your end. Okay. Looks like there's just a little bit of a delay. All right. So let me check this out real quick. Y'all bear with me one second. Oh, okay, cool. Man, technology is amazing. Yeah, just wanted to make sure that you guys were able to actually see it and see me while I'm presenting to you. So this works out perfectly. All right, great. So what I wanted to show you here, which I know I have a video on um oops. I know I have a video on the diaphragm inside of my YouTube channel that you can also go back and review this. But what I wanted to get at here is the importance behind checking your posture. You check your posture. This helps the singer, you, Be more mindful of what is going on with your body so that you're not overworking your body. A lot of people overwork their bodies for many different reasons, and they don't realize that it's happening, and it wears them down. It wears on them physically, it wears on them emotionally, and I'm sure to some degree spiritually. So what we want to make sure that we're doing in this mirror exercise is taking a look of how we're standing. Why? Because if we are slumped over when we're trying to breathe, see, you have the diagram over here of the inside where you see the lungs, the little red piece you see here is the actual diaphragm, right? It is the diaphragm, that where which is the muscle that helps breathe. It actually helps with the breathing process underneath the lungs to help expand, understand how breathing works. They just think, oh, well, I force air into my nose and my lungs expand. No, you initially drop your own diaphragm. It's a natural, automatic response that happens. You drop your diaphragm, it helps you to suck in or pull into the lungs. That's how that works. But when you're tense, when your body is tense and you can't, breathe because you're so, stuck, your body is not relaxed, it's going to make it harder for you to take air in. So I always like to help the singer understand how to become one with themselves when they're singing. Singing is a very not just physical experience alone, it is a very emotional experience too, because we have to overcome so much. There's so many different layers to singing. There is the mental aspect. Can you handle it? Which of course you can, right? No singer is perfect. I don't care how beautiful they sound, how healthy they look. All of us have challenges to some degree. However, there are ways to overcome those things. And by simply just relaxing when you sing, even if that be the thing that helps you to get through, this is one that we definitely should master, right? Somebody put master in the chat. We want to master ourselves so that we can be able to sing with ease. Okay. And if singing with ease is something that you want to be able to do, put that in the chat. Ease, singing with ease. Yeah. I love being able to sing with ease. It makes me feel relaxed. It makes me feel confident. I mean, I have had moments like even preparing for an audition where I found it I found it to be very challenging working up to the audition. Um, I actually was recovering from a cold. And I was really nervous because of that. And I had to just remember that by me overthinking everything, I was stressing myself out more than I needed to. And all I needed to do was just relax. And once I did that, my body relaxed and I was able to breathe with ease and sing with ease, even though I was recovering from a cold. Something just as simple as that, right? So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. So I want you to just take a look and see how this looks. So this is your diaphragm. This is the muscle that sits up underneath the lungs. That is what helps us to breathe. And this is another reason why I like to consider physical fitness. I'm on a journey myself of getting myself healthier. I don't want to say lose weight because I look at it more so as losing toxins. Um, because little do you know, your body does not lose any fat cells. You have the same amount of fat cells in your body as you did when you were a baby. They just expand over time. And the more you eat, or the more toxins you put in your body that your body has to flush out, obviously, the cells grow bigger giving the appearance that you have gained fat, but you are not gaining any fat. All right. The only way that would happen where you lost fat, like legit, is if you had to remove a part of your body. That will be it. That'd be the only way. Okay. All right. Let me get us out of this part. And you know what? Hold on one second. Oh, okay. I know what I did. Hold on, y'all. I'm still boom. That was so simple. I was trying to figure out how to get myself out of the sharing mode, and I see how now. I see how now. How now, brown cow? Okay, let's see. Ooh, let me add this for some folks. There we go. So let's see. Let me get back to it with you all. Don't mind me. I have my little notes on the side. I like to keep myself in order. It helps. It really, really, really does. All right. So again, as you're in the mirror, I want you to look for those things. I want you to look to see if you're tense. Are your shoulders up? Are you smiling because you're having a good time? Are you frowning because you feel stressed out and you don't know what the heck is going on? Right? Now, awareness again is number one. And that's something that you can mark inside of your journal, by the way, is like how you're feeling when you're singing. Keeping a check on yourself here and here, right? What's going on with you? This is how I help my singers avoid singing anxiety. Because if you know what you're doing, like if you can actually keep a track of what you're doing when you're doing it, you can figure out the subtle little things that are causing those pain points, right? It's causing you to feel baffled or confused, or maybe you're about to sing and you're nervous and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot all my words. Right? I have been there. I know. And I am telling you, that is not fun. But the best thing for you to do is to know what it is that's causing it, right? For me, I want to say because it was a couple of things. Again, I was getting over being cold. I mean, having a cold. So that was on my mind, you know. And then of course the thought of my audition coming up, right? However, what I ended up doing was telling someone to shut up. I literally was talking to myself in the mirror and I said, self one, shut it. I'm singing. Self two is singing. I'm singing and I'm having fun. I had to have a conversation with myself. And there's nothing wrong with that because sometimes we have to address ourselves. Sometimes we need validation, but we need to get it from ourselves, right? And I'm not saying getting validation from others is completely bad, but who's more of a better person to validate you than your own self? Think about it. You have to be able to vouch for yourself. You have to defend yourself. You have to give reason to yourself as to why you're doing what you're doing. You don't need to wait for that reason to come from anybody else. All right. So let's go on to the next one, step two. Now, speaking of the mental, this is our 5-minute reset. Okay. This is actually something at this point that you would want to do, especially if you're feeling anxious, If you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed and you're nervous and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Don't say you can't do. Yes, you can. You can do it. That's when I had to tell myself, shut up. You can do this. And I did. And I'm so glad. And the outcome is amazing. Which brings me to the fact that I actually have some wonderful news that I have to share. I will not have to, I want to share with you guys, but it won't be tonight. I know. I'm actually planning on telling you guys in June. So stay tuned. Okay. I have some wonderful news to tell you. I'm so excited to share it. Um, there's a lot of great things happening. So I'm happy about that. And even the more so gives me even more qualification to be here to help teach you these things. So, okay, 5 minute reset. So, in the 5 minute reset, this is a mini warm up that helps to reset your vocal, or I should say, I was going to say vocal energy, but your voice and your energy, same thing. Okay. And we'll do it together. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale through our nose for 4 counts, and then we're going to exhale through the mouth for 6. And what this is going to do for you is this is going to help you to slow down your breathing. Slow down your breathing so that if you're having any form of anxiety or performance anxiety, your mind will slow down, your heart rate will slow down, and you will relax. Okay? So, again, you're going to inhale through your nose for 4 counts, and then you're going to exhale through your mouth for 6. Right? Let's do that again. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 6. Good. How did that feel? Please share with me in the chat. Let me know how that feels. Okay? Most people tell me when they do it, they feel so much better. I recommend doing that exercise for about a minute. Or if you want to count rounds, I would say do it for about 8 to 10 rounds, depending on how anxious you may feel. But it does a really good job of calming you down. Sometimes I love going into now I love meditating. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll go into a meditation state with it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't bother me. I'm meditating. That's exactly what I tell my family. I love y'all, but I'm meditating. And you want your mama to be sane, don't you? All right. Let me meditate. Let me take care of my mental health, right? That is so important, especially for a singer. It's so important. All right. So now I would encourage you to hum gently on a M, like a hum sound, and feel the vibration in your lips and face when you do this exercise. Okay. So what I'm going to now step you into is inhaling for 4 counts, but you're going to exhale on a okay. So you'll inhale, I'll demonstrate. I'm going to inhale for 4, and then exhale for 6 on an Okay, I'm going to do it again with you. Inhale for 4 and exhale. And in that, you should be feeling some vibration between your lips. You might even feel it a little higher depending on what the pitch is that you're humming. In some cases, if you're humming lower, you're going to feel it a little lower. Okay. But you should be feeling the vibration. That's the main thing. This is a great exercise for being able to bring attention to vibration and frequency when you're singing, because some people swear up and down they don't feel anything, right? And I have had singers like that have told me that when they first meet me, by the end of the lesson they feel it because they get it, they understand the concept, and I make sure that they understand. You have to have that connection, that mind and body connection when it comes to singing. Okay. Now, next, you're going to slide your voice from low to high, like a siren. Right? Just like that. Nice and smooth. Okay. So you can inhale for 4 and then exhale on the siren. I'll demonstrate. Inhale, low. All right. Do it again with me. Inhale for 4. Good. Good job. Type siren in the chat if you felt like you enjoyed that, or you could feel the vibrations. If you can feel the vibrations, let me know. Okay. The cool part about that exercise I like so much is that a lot of my students tell me, "Oh wow, that's how you move from note to note." Yes. That is exactly how you move from note to note. That's perfect for the singers who are like, I can't sing from this note to that note, and I don't know why. Because they're trying to build a connection. They don't know the connection. So I have them do the sirens because it helps them to build an understanding, a solid understanding of connecting the pitches from pitch to pitch. Hi, Victoria. Nice to meet you too. Oh, you're from Trinidad. All right. I have some cousins from Trinidad. They live in New Jersey. But nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe. I will be on here more frequently. I just shared with everyone that I have some great news to share in June, and y'all, that'll help you understand why I have been away. um, I have been on TikTok a lot recently under Irma Joy. So if you want to follow me on there as well, you're more than welcome to follow me, Victoria. Please let me know if you have any questions regarding any of what I'm teaching anybody on here. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. We're going to keep going, okay? Can you guys let me know how you feel? You know, drop a rose in the chat. Let me know if it feels lighter or freer when you do that. I do get a lot of students that say, "Oh my gosh, my voice does feel a lot more free." And it's simply because they have a better connection with their voice, where the voice is moving up and down. It makes sense to them, right? This gives them the freedom to be able to have more nimbleness with their voice, more flexibility with their voice, right? And there are several different exercises that I do too. Like one of my songs that I had to do recently for an audition, um, it went a little something like this. This is the fast section, okay? All right. This is in Italian. Forse, forse un giorno il cielo ancora sentirà pietà di me. Forse un giorno il cielo ancora sentirà. song that took a lot of practice. Um, it's it's called Non Mi Dear. It's from an opera that is very well known, Don Giovanni. And hey, Nicole, thank you so much. I feel like you're teaching beautiful fundamentals right now. Yes, yes, sister, I am. Yes, I am. It is very important and you can't teach it enough. It is something you cannot teach enough. I believe you have to teach it over and over again. Right? Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I appreciate you. Um, so yeah, this is definitely one of those things that frees you up so that you can move your voice around like that, right? Um, and this is something that you can do anytime to unstick your voice. If you're feeling stuck, and you want to hit a reset button, go for it. Do these exercises that I was just sharing with you. Okay, to give yourself some freedom there, right? Um, Next thing I wanted to do, which is the third step, is the 10-second challenge. Okay. So the 10-second challenge, um, the goal here is to build consistency and fun. That's basically what it is because it is so hard for a lot of people to stay consistent. I have had my struggles. And in some cases, even today, I still struggle. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's easy for me to just get up and practice. No, it's not. It takes discipline and it takes a lot of passion as well. It has to be something like forcing people to do something they don't want to do because it's not going to be fun for them or me. So building consistency. So this is step 3. This is the 10-second challenge. And this one is fun. So you're going to just pick a phrase from a song that you love, okay? And you're going to sing it for 10 seconds, okay? But with full emotion. I mean, you are going to go all in as if no one is even watching you, okay? And you're going to perform it for your dream audience. This is what I love. I love this because this helps get rid of performance jitters so much because you're visualizing it. You're visualizing the outcome of what the ideal dream audience is for you for your performance. This helps get rid of so much stage anxiety, which then would lead to preventing you from being tight and stiff and right. And just allows you to be free, you know? So again, you pick one phrase from a song. If you want to go a little further into the song, by all means, honey, have a fun day with it, okay? But just 10 seconds is fine. And I want you to experiment with singing it with full emotion. I mean, just freedom, freely just singing from your heart. Not worrying about what anybody says, but just envisioning yourself singing and having fun and the audience that is watching you enjoying your performance. And you can even envision them clapping for you when you're done, okay? I would like you to do this right now. I'm going to give you 10 seconds right now, okay? And I want you to give it a try, okay? I actually, well, heck, I already sang for you. And that was me doing that though. That was me doing that, right? I can't hear you right now, but I can imagine that you're like, woo, right? That's what I see. That's what's in my mind. And I want to encourage you to have the same kind of experience. So go ahead. There's your 10 seconds. I'm going to put it on my little clock. Pick your song. And I want you to sing. And when you're done, I want you to type done. Go ahead. Ready, set, go. All right. Now, some of you may still be singing, and that's fine. Um, but I would like to know, how did it feel? Please feel free to put it in the chat. Let me know how you feel. Okay. Let's see here. What is one second, I just see saw something come up here. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. All right, just getting an update. All right, so I hope that that helped you guys a lot. Like, I hope this was fun. I'm pretty sure that you guys have, because a lot of y'all have stuck in here with me, getting unstuck vocally, right? Um, did you notice any more confidence or vocal connection? Let me know in the chat whether you did, because this is how you start to break through. You use small and intentional moments of just full out singing. You just let it rip. You just do the thing, you know? And you leave no doubt. You just sing and you have fun, right? That's the important thing. So let's just reflect. I want to do a reflection and the next steps. Okay. So the goal here is just to reinforce what we've went over. And I would love to invite you for a deeper connection. Okay. Oh, what is that? My sister's going through another change. The thing this is about her cycle starting over with a new voice, and these tips are vital to the process. Keep preaching. Oh, yes, I love that. Yes, that's true. Oh my gosh. You know, even after, I'm so glad you said that, because I experienced a change in myself even after having children that I did not expect to happen. And I remember my vocal coach telling me, this was obviously years after I'd had kids. I didn't know this, but how, this would have happened with or without having kids because your hormones change. But she was telling me how, if your hormones are altered in any kind of way as you grow up and you change, you live, things are going to happen, and it affects your voice. It affects your body. It affects your mind. All of those different things, they matter, you know? And I'm so glad that she told me that, because I did not know that. And I remember getting to a certain point not long after I had my second child. Could you believe I was having a hard time hitting a high C? Oh! That thing got me so. But I didn't know that it was because my hormones were changing, right? My hormones were changing, and I didn't know that it was affecting my voice. But I was very persistent to get the help that I needed. And I'm so glad, a lot of it I felt like took working on this a lot. It was almost like the pregnancy just knocked me out of me, so to speak. And it was a rough pregnancy. I happen to be one of those women that have hyperemesis gravidarum when they're pregnant. They call it HG for short. And it's not fun. If you go look it up, it's not fun at all. My second one is the last. Unless I decide to adopt, they come up with a cure, or I just get a fur baby or a feather baby. But it really threw me. And it took some years for me to get this together, but I took the time to invest and put my work into improving my health and my well being, because I knew how important that would be, not only just for myself, but for my children. And I want it to, of course, be the best that I can, just as any mother would be, right? And anybody who's taking care of someone else, they want to be in their best self. So I did what I had to do. And along the way, with working on myself, I was able to actually start getting my hormones into a better range where then I de-stressed and relaxed. I didn't realize that having high cortisol levels can can cause so much of a challenge for you as a singer as well. Funny thing though, I noticed that the more I continued to sing, my cortisol levels dropped. And this is the more I sang without being worried about person one or self one. I was more just freely singing. Hence to the exercise again, as to why I have you all doing that. Okay. Thank you so much again, Nicole, for bringing that up. So I would like to just do a quick little check off of what we did today. So we went over the mirror moment, right? And we looked at ourselves, we paid attention to our bodies, what's happening to us when we're singing, when we're breathing, if there was anything preventing us from being able to breathe correctly, like we're not slouching over and bearing into our rib cage, preventing our lungs from expanding, right? We're not slumped over to the side. We're sitting up straight, right? All those great things. And then we took the 5-minute reset just to reset our mind and our voice and our energy, get us right back on track, a way to relax, get rid of any anxiety that's unnecessary. You know what I mean? And then we did the 10-second challenge, which was giving us the freedom to be able to sing for 10 seconds without judgment, but at the same time, visualizing, visualizing us singing in front of the audience that fits our dreams, right? These are people who support you. You may not even know these people you envisioned. These are just people you created, okay? You can envision people that you know that will support you, yes. But I mean, and you believe that whomever you're singing in front of, they support you. They are rooting for you. And that's what's so important. When you walk on the stage, you have to remember that there are going to be people out there you know and people out there you may not know. But you keep in mind that whatever you do it in love and in freedom. Okay? If you did all three of these exercises, drop a fire in the chat for me, okay? Drop some fire in the chat, right? And show me some love on here. I appreciate all the love that you guys. Here, I'm gonna be the first one. I'm like, here. Cause it's hot. Right? If you took all three of those, you could just drop a fire in the chat. Because you just took real steps towards your next vocal breakthrough. That's just it. You should be celebrating yourself. This is about you. Celebrate yourself because you took a step further forward into engaging your voice, engaging with your voice in your mind, and building that confidence in those skills that you need to be a successful singer. Okay. Now, if you love this activity on here today and you want to keep growing, I've got two amazing resources to share with you. I'm going to drop the links to them inside of the chat. I dropped one earlier, but I'm going to do it again. Okay. Now, oops. Hold on a second. This, my friends, is the singer's journal. And I'm going to make sure I put it in my description as well. Here we go. This is the singer's journal. This is, yes, I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, this is the third journal that I have created. Okay. Might be the fourth, but I think it's the third journal. This is the third journal that I've created for singers. Okay. And what this is an updated version of what I had been working on for years because I felt that it was important to be able to track what we do as singers. Why? Because if we don't, we won't grow and we'll be stuck in the same stuff every time. We'll be stuck. And I decided for myself, just as many who have gotten this journal, that they no longer wanted to be stuck. I no longer wanted to be stuck. And I know, and I've learned, even from working out and changing my nutritional habits, that when I keep track of what I am doing as a singer and what I am working on, I get better results. I improve and I'm not stuck. I don't sit there and fester. you know, I learned something new about myself. I pay more attention to myself and I pay attention to what helps me grow. So I'm sharing this with you guys so that you have this as a resource to help you. And you can continue to use this journal for as long as you like, okay? Um, because it's important. You need to be able to track your progress. You do. You do. We all do. And I track my progress in my journal. I have to. If I don't get better. I just stay stagnant. And I don't face my reality. I'm just telling you how it is. That's me. I'm not talking as in it's you. I'm saying that's me. And that's several of my other voice students too. They'll tell you. They will tell you they use my journal as well. And they love it because it helps them keep track of how they're treating themselves, which makes a difference for how they perform. Okay. And here is my other link. I have a session available for you. Hold on one moment. There we go. Thank you. That'd be great. Awesome. I hope they enjoy it. I know they will. I know they will. This is my private vocal breakthrough session that I am offering to anyone who would like to work with me one-on-one and get a full assessment of what's going on with them vocally. So you are you have an option to work with me and to get feedback. They have no choice but to enjoy. I love it. Right. I mean, if you want to improve, you have no choice but to, right? Exactly. That's it. You know? Um, you have to work on thyself. It's stewardship. You have to. We all have to. I remember hearing a vocal coach of mine from years ago in my undergrad degree. he used to say, you guys look like you're waiting for the notes to just drop out of the sky and land in your mouth. That's not how this works. And I'm looking back at that now as a teacher and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I see what he means. We really have to work for this thing, right?" But it is a beautiful experience, especially when you're keeping track of it. It is. So yeah, I want to invite you. And if it's not you, maybe you have someone else who's interested, please share it. This is a private breakthrough session. I work with you one-on-one for an hour and we get to figure out what is going on with you vocally. What do you feel like your setbacks are? I want to hear from you. I want to get your opinion on what you're experiencing and I want to hear you sing. So yes, I'm going to encourage you to come with something ready to sing, Or if you don't have anything ready to sing, don't worry. I have plenty of things to have you sing. Don't worry about it. I will get it out of you. I promise. Okay. Um, but I want to share this because this is where we go deeper and take you to the next level of your vocal abilities and skills and getting to understand who you are. There's nothing like being able to be a singer and understanding who you are. There's a plenty of singers out there that love to sound like someone else, and it's as if they're taking on a different persona. And to be honest with you, that's more work than necessary. It's easier to just be free within yourself and be who you are. It's the easiest thing you could ever do next to breathing, right? So, if this is something that interests you, join me. I'm ready to go. I actually have this at a discounted price right now. I don't know how long I'll keep it there, but I will tell you this. I do have a small block, so I'm only accepting 5 people this round. But go for it and join me. You can grab it inside of my stand store. And I will also make sure to add these links into my description. Um, and next week, I will be back on here as well. I'm going to be looking more into. I want some more feedback because there's a lot of different things we can talk about. Um, but if you have any ideas or suggestions about what you want me to talk about next week, let me know, and I will put it together. We'll get on here and have a good old time with some more exercises. I enjoy doing this. Okay, thank you so much. Um, Please feel free to post a short clip of yourself doing any of these activities and tag me and let me see you. Okay, don't be scared, be yourself and have fun. I'm here to help you. um and as a matter of fact, if you show up next week, I do not mind offering to feature you in the live. So if that's what you would like, if you'd like to be featured, share the video, post, post and link me to it. Tag me in there, okay? And I will feature you in the next live that we do, okay? Also, remember, I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but I do go on there live as well. I actually have a very unique channel on there. And I say unique, obviously everybody's channel is unique, but I say it because I combine a mixture between gaming and singing. I love games, believe it or not. I love Sims. I love playing Sims. Right now, I've been having somewhat of a challenge with my computer streaming Sims, but my theme on there is gamers that like to sing. So I like to sing and I like to game. And then I do have separate lives, so I don't always do them together. I will do a live with me gaming and a live with me singing. But check me out on there. Irma Joy is my name on there. And follow me and look out for those events as well. Okay. It's such a pleasure working with you guys this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your love, all the love. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for your support, family. And I will see you guys next week.